Okay, there we
That's all
go.
it takes. You need to reboot it sometimes.
Okay, so what's up, you guys? I know that the computer is acting a bit slow. I had it charged up overnight. But do you want me to start the computer over or something?
We're live now. What's the difference?
Okay, so what's up, you guys? This is John. That's Michael Paul. Take it away, bro.
All right, hi again, everyone. Michael Paul. And as John told you, we've had some tech issues the last few weeks, so that's why we haven't been with you. But also, I figured tonight, what the hell? Because if you remember Star Wars, the character C-3PO, think of it like that. Although tonight, you don't see 3, you see 4. So I figured, what the hell? New C4 now available in your grocery freezer. Shameless plug. Different flavors. I have watermelon today. Anyway, sorry so that's why we started a little late. Right now, they're on a promo, an opening show promo with Adam Page and MJF. So we're at the beginning, but not a lot of news today. I had some Kanye news, but son of a bitch, I spaced it. I'll try to see if I can find it again. Anyway, at any rate, oh, by the way, I wouldn't suggest flying right now because there have been 4 plane crashes in the last week. And in fact, I believe it was New York, a plane actually tipped over. And is probably still on the runway. So it was either New York or Detroit. I can't remember which. But at any rate, with everything that's been going on the last few weeks, I would not suggest flying right now if you don't have to. And if you do need to leave town, I would suggest doing it in a car. A car at this point is much safer. At any rate, to my girls, Christy, Crystal, Megan and Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin, I love you all so much. Thank you for being such a wonderful part of my life. Mwah. I love you to the moon and back each and every single day. And I consider you a blessing. I am thankful. And yes, thank you for each and every single day. Noah, happy birthday, my friend. I know it's February, Paul, so happy birthday, my buddy Noah, and have fun at Hooters. I hear you're gonna go back to your annual Hooters trip with your friend there who has the same birthday you do. And Crystal, I'm sorry I didn't see you today, but I hear you're not feeling well, so please get well, rest, don't rush anything, just stay in bed, rest if you have to, and we'll see you whenever we can. Nothing but love to you. Mwah. Okay, and with that, we are
17 minutes.
Well, 17 minutes, but remember I backtracked it a little bit. So we're still pretty much at the beginning. We're in Phoenix, AEW. Oh, don't forget AEW. What the fuck is that thing called, March?
Revolution.
AEW Revolution. We may be able to come to you with that because it's on Max, which means we may not need pay-per-view, but that's not till March 9th, so we will see what happens when that happens at any... Shit. Anyway, sorry. I almost dropped the remote. Anyway.
It's okay.
At any rate, we're in Phoenix. It's AEW. We're on Adam Page and MJF. Let's go to Dynamite. Thank you for being with us.
Did you tell him how many more days I have left for my birthday?
I don't know, son.
It's after Revolution.
Okay, that doesn't
March
tell me anything.
10th? A week from today?
Oh, shit. It's only 7 days till John Bachelor's birthday, and it is... No, that's not the day after Revolution. Revolution is Sunday, March 9th.
It's on the Monday after Revolution.
Oh, Sunday, March 9th, Monday, March 10th. Okay, so that being said, Monday, March 10th, a week from today, John Bachelor's birthday.
33rd birthday.
33rd birthday, maybe, possibly will be on the air and you can join us for that. At any rate, and that would be Raw the next day. At any rate, we're here. We're not going to be with you for Raw, by the way, because Papa's House is back with a new episode. But we are back with you now for Dynamite, and thank you for watching along with us.
And Mom and Megan, I hope you girls have a nice night. Back to Dynamite.
The guy who drove a syringe through a human being's face?
I'm gonna go grab my phone in case my mom does call.
Vile enough to burn a man's house down to.
Okay, and again, John Bachelor making me wait. Well, in the meantime,
You're being marketed. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big row-ass man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
It is Tuesday, October 4th, and this is People Every Day. Hey there, Janine Rubenstein here. I know I said today is Tuesday, which means millions of cafeterias and households, tacos are on the menu.
I'm gonna give her a quick call.
Today is extra special. It's National Taco Day, which means this is the king of all Taco Tuesdays. So be sure to get yourself a meal with all the fixings. We've got a great show for you today. We're sitting down with friend of the show and Bachelor alum, Nick Viall, about his brand new book, which is out today. It's so good. And there's a lot of talk surrounding the Bros movie and why many people didn't go see it, or at least haven't yet. So much to get to, so let's dive right in. We begin with the sad news of the death of country music legend, Loretta Lynn. A statement from her family said, quote, "Our precious mom, Loretta Lynn, passed away peacefully this morning, October 4th, in her sleep at home in her beloved ranch at Hurricane Mills in Tennessee." Back in April, the star celebrated her 90th birthday, and she lived a very full 90 years. She began singing when she was just 18 years old as a way to make extra money for her family. It should be noted she was already a mother of 4 at the time. In 1960, she signed her first record deal and released her first single, "I'm a Honky Tonk Girl." A string of top 10 hits followed, like "Don't Come Home a Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind," "You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man," and "Fist City." Back in 2010, Lynn told people, "Every song I wrote came from my heart, and I went through a lot and put up with a lot." Throughout her career, she remained an icon, inspiring artists like Tim McGraw, Reba McEntire, and Jack White. Loretta Lynn was always proud to say she was born a dirt-poor Kentucky coal miner's daughter who sung her way to the center of the global stage. For her talent, her candor, and her one-of-a-kind spirit, she will be sorely missed. Earlier today, reports began trickling out that 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady and supermodel Gisele Bündchen have hired divorce lawyers. Brady and Bündchen have reportedly been living separately for the past few months, and it looks like it's an arrangement they're looking to make permanent. It's been no secret that Gisele wasn't pleased with Tom's decision to unretire as quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers earlier this year, and she's been noticeably absent from Brady's games so far this season. During training camp, Brady was away from the team for a little over a week and a half. At the time, it was unclear exactly why the future Hall of Famer was missing, but in the weeks since, it's been believed Brady spent that time with his family. After his return to camp, TB12 told reporters, "I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of ish going on." The Bündchen and Brady bunch includes 2 children, 14-year-old Benjamin and 9-year-old Vivian. Brady also has a 15-year-old son, Jack, from a previous relationship, and we still haven't had an official statement from either side. but we will continue to keep tabs on this story as it progresses. And now we're turning our attention to the buzz, or lack thereof, surrounding the critically acclaimed rom-com Bros, and take a dive into why certain movies are getting more love at the box office than others.
I met a guy. I don't think I'm his type. He's like gay Tom Brady.
What are you into? One of these ripped idiots with no opinions?
No, I like someone who's physically very frail and won't stop talking.
That right there was a clip from the movie Bros, the rom-com starring Billy Eichner that hit theaters this past Friday. The film follows a podcast host named Bobby who falls for a lawyer named Aaron. Both men are not the quote relationship type, as one might say, but they can't help but be drawn to each other. Bros is the first gay rom-com produced by a major studio that had a ton of marketing and a ton of buzz, but unfortunately the movie did not do well at the box office, and Billy Eichner has something to say about it. So joining me now is People's senior editor, Nigel Smith, our movies guru. Hey, Nigel, welcome back.
I like that title. Hello.
So, Nigel, when you saw these headlines calling Bros a box office failure, what immediately came to mind for you?
So much was made about the fact that this movie was reportedly making history as the first major studio queer romantic comedy. And then, 3 days later after it opens, you get all of these negative headlines just saying how the movie tanked, how it bombed, et cetera, and what does this mean for the future of LGBTQ films in Hollywood? What does it mean for romantic comedies? And it just kind of made me sad because when people see headlines like that, they're not going to really want to go see the movie.
So Billy Eichner was, of course, crushed by the box office numbers. It opened to $4.8 million, which is pretty low. The movie itself cost $22 million to make, and that's before its substantial promotion budget. Can you say a little bit of what he had to say and what your thoughts are on his take?
Well, he shared a long Twitter thread where he talked about sneaking into the movie in LA and that the audience loved it, the fact that critics are over the moon with it. And then he reacted to the box office performance, saying it's just the world we live in, unfortunately, and essentially blaming what he calls straight people, especially in certain parts of the country, for not showing up. So it generated a lot of discussion. And I saw that I was a little disappointed that he called out one specific group for contributing to the box office failure of the movie in its opening week, because, I'm a gay man and I have a lot of gay friends. And I remember just hearing from my own community leading up to the release, oh, well, I don't know if it's a movie for me. I don't really like the marketing. I don't know if Billy Eichner is a good romantic comedy lead. I don't really get the title. I can speak for some people in my community. And, I do feel sometimes we kind of kill our own in a way, I do feel that people should have gone out and supported this movie because we need more like it. But instead, it kind of generated a little controversy and some trepidation.
Let's get to the big question. Are people not interested in going to see rom-coms in general in theater? And we have to talk about the pandemic and, the state of the movie industry right now. You have the Top Guns of the world and Marvel, but are other movies, possibly smaller movies, just not able to do that in general, regardless of if they're straight or gay or whatever?
Well, regarding romantic comedies and how they perform at the box office, time and time again, it's been proven that they just have to have a certain star power. So look back to The Lost City, for example. That came out earlier, and that had Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, and that was a big hit. But that was also kind of an action romantic comedy. It provided spectacle as well as comedy, and that performed. But then again, you even have romantic comedies like Jennifer Lopez's new movie Shotgun Wedding, and that film looks so funny, and it looks like it would be something that would be a big hit.
God damn it!
Years ago. But that's going to Amazon Prime. So studios are obviously a little reticent about releasing romantic comedies on the big screen, unfortunately. But Bros, unfortunately, doesn't have the star power that something like The Lost City does. Then you also have the marketing for the film. There's so many posters throughout New York City for the past couple of weeks, and they're just a photo of two men's butts, and they're grabbing each other's butts, and there's no faces, there's no real selling point in terms of who is in this movie. Right? Mm-hmm. I think those were two big things that contributed to it.
For sure. And I saw something about how October is just dead in the water for rom-coms.
October is obviously known as the horror month, right? So they release these slasher films leading up to Halloween. The movie that was the big hit this weekend was a movie that actually was made for lesser money than Bros. It was called Smile. It's a terrifying slasher horror film, and that film just came at the right time, and it took away a lot of Bros' thunder.
You talk about that marketing, and my executive producer brought it up today in our meeting, saying that he was watching baseball, and there was just a woman in a creepy shirt that said "Smile," smiling right behind like home base, and everyone's like, "What is that? What is she doing? She's so creepy." And lo and behold, $22 million opening weekend for this movie Smile that did not have posters all over.
It's all about viral marketing now, especially for smaller movies without big stars. You have to create, talk, and chatter.
Well, before I let you go, in your words, why should people go see Bros?
Well, listen, gay or not, the movie is just really funny. I'm seeing it for a second time on Wednesday to support this movie, but also because I miss so many jokes because it's that funny that you're laughing and another joke comes up and you miss it because they're just coming at such a swift pace. It's produced by Judd Apatow, so you know his form of comedy. It's just really well written. It's really clever. And it tells a really sweet love story. And Billy is just a fantastic writer, and he's really good at kind of playing a version of himself in this movie that I think a lot of people, straight, gay, bi, what have you, will relate to.
Well, convincing argument, Nigel. Thank you so much for being here, and it's great to have you on as always.
Thank you for having me, and go see Bros.
They say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but in my opinion, it's totally okay to fall in love with one based on its title. And Nick Vile's new book, Don't Text Your Ex Happy Birthday, and Other Advice on Love, Sex, and Dating, is out now and is just as juicy and fun as it sounds. Coming up, Nick stops by to talk all about this soon-to-be bestseller. But first, Meghan Markle's podcast returned, and once again, she's getting deep. This week, she's joined by Margaret Cho as they break down harmful and hateful Asian stereotypes. We'll sample their conversation on diversity and culture right after the break. Don't go anywhere.
This episode is brought to you by Coffee Mate. After watching this season of the HBO's original series, The White Lotus, this is the tropical getaway I needed. One more pina colada, please.
Hey, you're not on mute.
Oh, I thought I was in paradise. Turns out it was my Coffee Mate. Coffee Mate pina colada and Thai iced coffee flavored creamers, inspired by the newest season of HBO's original series, The White Lotus. For the love of coffee, try now.
Go further with the American Express Business Gold Card. Earn 3 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels when you book through MXTravel.com. Whether your destination is a business conference or a client meeting, your purchases will help you earn more points for future trips. Experience more on your travels with Amex Business Gold. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
We are back from break, and Meghan Markle has returned from her podcasting hiatus. The Duchess of Sussex took several weeks off from releasing her weekly Archetypes show following the death of her husband's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. Meghan opened the show by sharing her experience of growing up in a culturally diverse place, how LA shaped her view of the world, and how, quote, the multitude of Asian cultures was a huge part of that. Comedian Margaret Cho joined to discuss the trope of the Dragon Lady and how America's hypersexualized version of Asian women is rooted in the wars America fought in Asia during the middle of the last century that shaped their depiction in pop culture. Cho spoke about how she grew up on movies and TV, but felt the characterization of the Dragon Lady pushed her to seek out other forms of representation in entertainment.
When you start to see yourself, you get a taste of it and you get addicted to it. And you just want to see, like, I want to feel seen. And so that really made me want to explore world cinema more, just because I didn't feel like I even existed here.
Then Cho spoke openly about how this harmful stereotype made its way from the way Asian women are depicted in cinema into everyday life. She talked about the violence against people of Asian ancestry, and specifically the shooting that took place at Asian-owned spas in Atlanta that left 8 people dead.
The reality of it is that these were women, they were just at work. So the weirdness of like those old archetypes, the Dragon Lady, still holds true even in news coverage, even though they don't say Dragon Lady. It's almost like the shorthand of massage parlor or Asian expectations first. It's dehumanizing, and it's like only a fraction of who we could be.
It's really a fascinating episode, and one that had me thinking just a lot about the ways I've been exposed to Asian representation in TV and films. Megan also sits down with CNN's Lisa Ling to talk about how someone like Connie Chung really paved the way for her to have a career in journalism. The whole episode is just really interesting, and one that will definitely keep you thinking for the full 45 minutes and, well, several hours after that. Definitely worth checking out the demystification of Dragon Lady. That's the name of the episode on Spotify now. Our next guest is no stranger to the show, and we are excited to talk about his newest adventure. Nick Viall is a beloved member of Bachelor Nation, the host of the successful podcast, The Viall Files, and now an author. His new book, Don't Text Your Ex Happy Birthday, and Other Advice on Love, Sex, and Dating, is a no-holds-barred dating advice book that dives headfirst into situationships, F-boys, and healthy love versus toxic love. This book is set up and written with the brutal wit and charm that Nick delivers on his Ask Nick episodes and social media weekly series. Joining me now is Nick Viall. So welcome back to the show, Nick.
Thanks for having me. Good to be with you again.
I want to just dive right in on the F-boy stuff of it all. What advice do you have for people dealing with them?
We are now in a society that's more sex positive, and we're settling down later in life. And as we are dating, we are more quick generally to participate in hookup culture. I've participated in hookup culture before. We've all done it, but I think we need to kind of reframe how we see it. I think that's what's created what feels like all these F-boys, if you will, right? But I think anyone can be an F-boy, regardless of your gender or your sexual orientation, because when it comes down to it, if you are participating in hookup culture, let's say you're sleeping with someone you're dating, and someone likes someone more than the other person, then one person is going to end up being the F-boy, right? Because usually what's happening is you're not setting up front expectations, you're not talking about boundaries and things like that.
I'm thinking of, and this is multiple situations, guys that will literally like come on strong, like the roses, do all the things, but have no actual meaning behind it. They are doing that to kind of play that game. Like that's how my friends, at least.
You got to think about it. Like we're all out there in hookup culture, and I don't know who your friends are, but my guess is they've also met guys that, like them, but they don't like either. Everyone's non-committal. Everyone's just like, oh, I'm not so sure. Everyone's matched with 6 to 10 people on dating apps, and they have 4 conversations going. We're all the heroes of our own story. So it's very easy to feel like we've been F-boyed. I think if we start considering our behavior and how we're communicating with people, and maybe our lack of setting up for expectations and things like that, it's very possible for people to perceive us that as well.
You wrote this book, and I'm curious just about, the process and to put that down onto paper. What was that like for you?
I didn't really even anticipate writing this, and then when I got the opportunity to write it, I just kind of powered through, and I didn't worry about, structure. I just wrote ideas on a piece of paper and just kept writing my thoughts. For a while, I wasn't sure this was really coming together, but thankfully my editors worked with me, and we were really able to take the pages I wrote and put it into a very, very rough draft. Then I realized, wow, I'm missing this, it needs that. And then it kind of became fun. So as far as my dyslexia goes, I put my editors through a lot of work in terms of cleaning up my poor grammar and things like that. But I ended up being pleasantly surprised. Everything I talk about in the book is a mistake I made. It's something I've had to learn the hard way. It's meant to be a very easy read, a very relatable book in terms of anecdotal stories from my life, anecdotal stories from people who called on my show, my friends. And I think everyone will find a lot of relatable situations in this book.
And then what did Natalie think of the book? Did she get like an early read?
She was actually very helpful in the process. Obviously, I'm known for having pretty direct advice, but I wanted to be empathetic and I wanted to be relatable and certainly not be harsh or anything like that. So she was very helpful throughout that process.
Well, now we're here at People, so we want to put a twist on the Ask Nick a little bit and ask you about some celebrity couples. So if you have these couples messaging you on Instagram, what is like the witty comment or the hot take advice that you would give them at first glance? So Tom Brady and Giselle, What's your hot take on that?
For everything I heard about the story, I think there was a quote of Giselle saying, "You're kind of like, I've done my part," almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. And it sounds to me like someone who really has tried to be a good partner to her partner, right? And try to be there for her, make the sacrifices necessary to be there. And everyone has their limit, you know? At some point, it's just like, I need you to prioritize us, or I need you to prioritize me, as opposed to prioritizing your career or your passions and things like that.
Another one for you, taking it back old school, Sylvester Stallone and Jennifer Flavin, they announced their divorce, and now they're back together. They've been together for decades. Them calling in, like, well, what do you think?
Every relationship was tough. I don't know what happened to drive even the divorce conversation to start, but clearly there seems to be a lot of love there.
Hey,
And sometimes we need wake-up calls as partners.
just
We often take for granted the
give me a
people
couple minutes or
we feel
hours
safe in relationships.
to do my chore because I forgot
What do you
to.
mean? Give you a couple of hours?
Yeah, because I have to take the trash down.
Okay, dude, the show is only.
Well,
Two
Mr.
and-
John wants me to do my chores.
Okay, well, is it gonna take you till 10?
No, it will take me like 9:15. I have to take the trash down and take it to the dumpster and come back.
Okay, if it's only till 9 or 9:15, I can wait.
All right. But if it's still dark, forget it.
What?
I'll tell you later when I come back.
Half the time, I don't think you even know what you mean.
We sometimes take the foot off the gas, so to speak, and coast. It's great not to have to always worry and feel like you have to always like be perfect or do things every day just to get someone to love you and just to get someone to stay in a relationship with you. But sometimes that can lead to complacency, and again, we can prioritize our own needs.
Last but not least, the social media scandal heard around the world. Adam Levine and Behati Prince Lou, him kind of coming out and saying, like, dang, I did send those DMs.
Adam, stop being loose in the DMs. But in all seriousness, I don't know the expectations and boundaries those two have. We don't really know what parameters they have set in their relationship. For all we know, Behati's like, listen, just be faithful, but like DM whoever you want. People have done weird things. That being said, assuming that she's not okay with that, I am a big believer that emotional cheating is not any different than physical cheating, but that's a boundary I've set for myself in my relationships, and maybe Adam and Behati have different boundaries that they have in their relationship.
I think that is the best, just clearest advice. This is so fun, and it's always so good to have you on. Guys, don't text your ex happy birthday, and other advice on love, sex, and dating is out today. Nick, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Now, with all of the stresses we have going on with work and family and just trying to balance it all, I'm sure you're a lot like me and could definitely make more room in your life to give yourself a little pep talk and cut down on all of the negative things rattling around in your brain. It's a good habit to get into, and like all habits, the younger you are when you start, the easier it is to continue throughout your life. That's why I wanted to share that video going around of the teacher who encourages her students to pump themselves up as a little something to make you smile. In the video, she has each student come up to a mirror in her classroom, look at themselves in the eye, and give themselves a short but powerful and positive affirmation.
Anything, that's what I'm talking about. Go from it. Yeah, you are, come on, girl. Yeah, you are.
And I love that she's right there next to them, hyping them up even more.
Come on, man. Yeah, baby, that I can do anything.
Seriously, what a great practice. And I love what she said to these kids at the very end.
I can do hard things. I can do anything. I believe in me.
That is exactly the kind of teacher who makes a difference, right? It's a small thing for these kids. We're probably 6 or 7 years old, but I think we can all use a friendly reminder to be kind to yourself and believe you can do hard things. Well, that is all we have for today. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll do it again tomorrow with you right here on People Every Day.
dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big row-ass man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
It is Wednesday, October 5th, and this is People Every Day. Welcome to Wednesday, everyone. Janine Rubenstein at your service. I hope everyone recognizing Yom Kippur is having a spiritually enriching fast. Don't worry, we will not be talking food today. There is just so much to get into. I mean, have you guys seen the news out there today? It is littered with stories of messy divorces and breakups left and right. I mean, so much for comfy, cozy cuffing season, right? We get into the allegations lobbied against Brad Pitt from ex-wife Angelina Jolie. And while Tom Brady is known for his many championships, sadly, it sounds like now that Giselle has hired a divorce lawyer, he is very likely going to be down one ring. Plenty of deep dives coming your way, so let's just jump right in. Alec Baldwin has reached an undisclosed settlement with the family of Helena Hutchins. The settlement pertains to the wrongful death suit filed against the actor and others after the cinematographer was killed on the set of Rust. The suit, which was filed in February of this year, was against Baldwin and the film's production companies, producers, and other key members of the crew. A lawyer for Baldwin released a statement saying, quote, "Throughout this difficult process, everyone has maintained the specific desire to do what is best for Helena's son. We are grateful to everyone who contributed to the resolution of this tragic and painful situation." While we don't know the terms of the settlement, one thing we do know, the show is going on. That's right, the film is set to resume filming early next year with all principal players, including Baldwin and director Joel Souza, who was also injured in the deadly on-set incident. Matthew Hutchins, Helena Hutchins' widow, will be an executive producer on the film and receive a portion of the profits. Hutchins released a statement earlier today, which read in part, "We have reached a settlement subject to court approval for our wrongful death case against the producers of Rust, including Alec Baldwin and Rust Movie Productions, LLC. As part of that settlement, our case will be dismissed." The statement then addressed the accident that led to Helena Hutchins' tragic death, saying, quote, "I have no interest in engaging in recriminations or attribution of blame to the producers or Mr. Baldwin. All of us believe Helena's death was a terrible accident. I am grateful that the producers and the entertainment community have come together to pay tribute to Helena's final work." I hope that this provides some solace for the Hutchins family, and I'm sure all eyes will be on this film as it resumes production and makes its way to the silver screen. Ye, best known as Kanye West, sparked some controversy at Paris Fashion Week this week. The 808s and Heartbreaks rapper was spotted wearing a long-sleeve black tee with the phrase "White Lives Matter" emblazoned across the back during his Yeezy Season 9 event. The rapper and designer wore the shirt while giving a speech during the opening presentation. Ye was also seen wearing it in an image uploaded to Twitter by conservative commentator Candace Owens, who wore the same shirt, but in white, to the show. For context, the phrase "White Lives Matter," as seen on Kanye's shirt, is described by the Anti-Defamation League as a, quote, "white supremacist phrase." It's a slogan that originated in 2015 following the start of the Black Lives Matter movement, which began in response to the killings of unarmed Black men and women throughout the country. As the organization details on its website, members of the Aryan Renaissance Society and other white supremacists have promoted the slogan, and by 2016, the Ku Klux Klan was doing the same. Following the Yeezy presentation, Vogue fashion editor Gabriella Carifa Johnson shared her thoughts on Kanye's use of the slogan. In her Instagram stories, she posted screenshots of messages she'd shared with friends criticizing Ye's decision. In response, the Grammy Award winner made a series of derogatory social media posts directed at Carifa Johnson that have since been deleted, but not before catching the ire of others in the fashion industry. Model and March 2021 Vogue cover star Gigi Hadid called out Kanye's behavior and defended the longtime Vogue editor, saying, "You wish you had a percentage of her intellect. You have no idea, haha. If there's actually a point to any of your ish, She might be the only person that could save you, as if the honor of being invited to your show should keep someone from giving their opinion. LOL. You're a bully and a joke. Ooh. Ye is no stranger to controversy or riling up fans and trolls alike. With his sartorial choices, his beloved red MAGA hat made similar headlines. There's a lot of discourse going on online about his latest spectacle, and we'll have to wait and see if he speaks out about his motivations. Though I have to say, when I try to understand a lot of the stuff Ye does lately, I can't help but stop myself and just think about, I don't know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative. Lies get up, people go.
And now this. Yesterday afternoon, our reporting confirmed that after months of growing tension, supermodel Gisele Bündchen has hired a divorce lawyer. It now seems like this is the beginning of the end of her marriage to her Super Bowl winning husband. I don't know, y'all. This fall is starting to feel like love is in a blender. This week, several couples seem to be calling it quits. Tia Mowry announced yesterday that she and her husband, Corey Hardwick, would be going their separate ways after 14 years of marriage. Singer Miguel and his wife, Nazanin Mandi, are also getting divorced 3 years into their marriage. And now, Gisele Bündchen has hired a divorce lawyer in the midst of marriage woes with her husband, Tom Brady. And Angelina Jolie has filed a countersuit against her ex-husband, Brad Pitt. That's still happening. That includes some heartbreaking details that allegedly led up to her filing for divorce originally back in 2016. Well, joining me now to discuss how love is just falling apart is People's Executive Editorial Director, Charlotte Triggs. Hey, Charlotte, welcome back.
Hey, Janine, how's it going?
It's good. It's sad, though. Let's start with Gisele and Tom. What details do we have?
Well, okay, so hot off the presses, Tom has a lawyer too now. And so he does, in fact, have a divorce attorney. I mean, we know from talking to sources over the course of this, which has been like low simmering since early August when he missed practice for like 11 days. We started being like, what is going on here? And then realized that he and his wife were not in the same place. We heard from sources that she was, in fact, mad at him. They had a big fight and were on the outs. And then when she started not turning up at his games, it was like, okay, something's very much happening. His children went to the game. His mom, his sister, not her. It was very obvious that like there's trouble. It's like a light switch went off because all year they were sending each other all the typical social media messages right on schedule. Mother's Day, Father's Day, each of their birthdays, which takes us up to August 3rd. His birthday was August 3rd. She sends him a lovey-dovey message. And then something must have happened between August 3rd and August 11th. Something went down because they're very much on the outs. All signals point to like this divorce is going to happen.
So Charlotte, what do you think? Could there be a chance of them working things out? What have we heard?
So we do know that they came very close to breaking up at least once before. In 2015, you may remember that was the year of Deflategate.
Tampering with the ball and
it really like hit his reputation as like a clean cut, like all-American hero really hard, and he was having a very hard time. You may imagine if your husband is obsessed with like a work problem to the point of like maybe going a little crazy. It must not be very fun to be married that year. They did take a break from one another, and she later wrote about it in her memoir actually and said that she wrote her husband a letter saying, "This is what I need out of our marriage, and if you can't do it, we're done." He actually in subsequent interviews reflected on this too and said that he did have to change. He had to be more present for her. He had to be more there for the family. We know that she doesn't like hearing this stuff about like, oh, it's about football, like, because it paints her as like a naggy wife or whatever. But like, he's 45. I mean, like, that's way beyond the age that one would naturally expect their husband, the professional football, to be retiring.
Those guys retire in their 30s just because of how grueling that sport is, how taxing it is on your body, but also your family.
And she very much feels like she has been a good wife. Like, she was at the top of her modeling career when they first got together. She moved to Boston, which is not exactly the center of the fashion industry. I mean, it's not far from New York. And she had her children, like, during all of this, like, largely, she feels like largely, like, you know, did a lot of the heavy lifting at home on her own. You know, people around him defend him and say, how many husbands do you know that get 6 whole months off the year, don't have anything else to do and can be there for their family and just move off for 6 months? I mean, you got me. That's a pretty good point.
But I mean, knowing him, he's figuring out how to train in between them.
Like, he doesn't even need any strawberries. I mean, like, just the diet alone
would be probably enough to kill any normal couple, right? I hope they work it out. Let's switch over to some other drama out there. Terrible details that emerged from Angelina's filing yesterday that allegedly led up to her filing for divorce back in 2016. So what more can you tell me about this countersuit that, correct me if I'm wrong, is still tangled up in their wine debacle?
Yes, this is all about Mirabelle and Rose, and I gotta say, they are both channeling their individual rage and their frustrations over the custody proceedings and all the difficulties that they've had into the battle for control of this Rose company.
Oh my God.
And it's so obvious because these filings are getting increasingly like vicious and bringing in stuff that, to my non-legally trained eye, has marginally anything to do with the actual ownership of the Rose company. So she basically sold off her shares to a company owned by a Russian oligarch, and the guy's trying to do a hostile takeover of the whole company and force Brad out. Most likely, that is probably that sets the stage for why there's this contention, why they're squabbling over what percentage she really owned or didn't own, or if she had the right to sell it. But cut to the chase, in the filing, she included details that we've never heard before about what happened on the big airplane flight in 2016.
Yeah.
Filed for divorce 5 days later. Now, we, a few months ago, saw the FBI report, which included interviews that the FBI law enforcement had done with Angelina. They collected all the details about a physical fight that had broken out on the plane, involved the children. We didn't know which children. In this complaint, Angelina is alleging that Brad choked one kid and hit another kid in the face. And that in the course of trying to defend the children, she kind of grabbed him, he threw her backwards, which this was also in the FBI report, causing her to be injured, and that the children all kind of had to band together to defend each other, one another, and their mother from him during this violent outburst. Now, a lot of this lines up with what was in the FBI report, but the choking and the hitting are new, and his side is denying this, and a source close to Brad is saying that he is actually going back in and filling in details that they say did not happen.
Wow.
We should obviously note that it's Brad has admitted to behaving very poorly on this plane ride, and they have discussed the fact that it has a lot to do with drinking too much and being intoxicated. He's talked about being sober and how that was very important to him to, be able to kind of move on and be accountable and also try to repair the relationship with his children. The big point that everybody's always made on his side all along is that the FBI and law enforcement investigated this and chose not to charge him. And of course, the battle, all of this information was introduced, and so to bring it up again now is literally intended for no purpose but to harm him.
What I miss? Nothing. I've kept it paused this whole time. John Badger has finally remembered me, has finally returned. Let's get back to the show. We have a lot of catching up to do.
But he's the good guy, right? Yeah! Yay! 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 You're the good guy. Just ask them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. Hangman did nothing wrong. These morons will chant cowboy shit at the top of their lungs. Here they go. Do you feel that? Do you feel that, Hangman? Do you feel the warm and fuzzies inside? Everybody loves Hangman Adam Page. Yeah. But I got a question for you, bud. After everything you've done, do you love you? Did you love yourself after you ended the career of your mentor? Huh?
Who was his mentor?
After you absolutely demolished that worthless, talentless jobber hack, Christopher Daniels? Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Christopher Daniels is 10 times the man that you will ever be. And if I could rip out my spine and give it to him, I would do it in a heartbeat. And a 32-year career, 100 times around this globe. And if there's a wrestling company in our lifetimes. He gave a part of his life to it. And he went out fighting for his life. He died a warrior's death, and I know, CD, I know that he never would have had it any other way. He took care of professional wrestling even when professional wrestling did not take care of him. He is the best of us, all of us. And it's men and women like him that we have the chance to stand in this ring tonight. Don't you ever forget. And it is that And it is that selflessness, that self-awareness, and that humility that I don't think you understand. You don't have the stomach for it. Let me ask you, if your career ended tonight, and if you don't wipe that shit right off your face, it might. If your career ended tonight, what would they say about you? Would they say that you are a credit to our sport? Would they say you are a credit to this world? And would they say that you are an opportunist? A selfish coward. A man who has taken every shortcut that he could, chasing the kind of power and the glory that you thought would win their admiration. You asked why, after everything that I have done, these people still seem to care about me. And I am not going to be as arrogant to think I understand it, and I'm surely not going to be as arrogant to put words in their mouth, but I can't speak for myself. I know what is right, and I know what is wrong, and I tell the truth about it. In 5 years, I have probably lied 100 times, but never once have I lied to them. And if I have had a problem, I have faced it head on, eye to eye. I didn't run from it. I didn't hide it. And everything that I have had, I have worked for. The tag team titles, the world championship, and a family. Through all of this that has stood by me unconditionally, I worked for it. It was not easy. And you have spent 5 years cheating, scheming your way to the top. And anyone who stood in your way, you would tell them that you were better than them. And I hope that for once, for your sake, there is a small part of you that's wondering, is it true? Because it's not. And deep down, I think you know it. Oh my God. Are you a child? Oh, I'm sorry, Hangman and all the fans. Did I not win Fazzy Squaresy on my way to the top? Oh no. Hey, newsflash, dipshits. The history books don't give a damn how you get the job done. I earned everything. I can't say the same for you, now can I? No. Because whether you care to admit it or not, before the doors of this company even opened, the powers that be decided they were going to prop you up. You were the golden boy, the chosen one. You came walking into this company in 2019 with all the buzz and propaganda in the world. You know what I came in with, Hangman? Huh? All I needed was a scarf and a mic. You have earned nothing. I walk better than you. I talk better than you. I look better than you. I dress better than you. I am better than you.
And you know it.
You name one thing you do better than me, Hangman. Name it. I am real.
This is gonna be one of a bitch fight right about now.
You know what? You can be the main character all you want. I got no problem being the bad guy.
Some very incisive comments by Hangman Adam Page. Very intense here.
They're coming awfully close.
Whoa. Do this now. Yeah, the security springing into action, especially after what went down 1 week ago. It cost them a lot of money.
This isn't worth the risk here.
Come on, you little bitch. Do something about it.
Detestable as MJF sometimes. Is this the right move here, Taz?
It is. I mean, there's no reason for it to cost you a plethora of money and get a bunch of heat.
The
intensity here, it's rare to see MJF take the high road or to be the bigger man in a situation like this, but maybe he's thinking with his wallet. Oh no! He didn't touch him. MJF did not touch him, so technically he did nothing wrong. It was foul. It was disgusting.
Get it.
Hangman reaching his boiling point, and MJF very quick to retreat. Very confident with an army of security guards holding back Hangman Adam Page.
Boiling might be an understatement. Hangman's in a vapor right now.
Massive disrespect by MJF right to the mush of Hangman Adam Page. Dropping everybody here. Hangman, he agreed to no physicality with MJF, but clearing house. Now taking out his frustration on security guards. Oh!
This is what I was fighting for the whole time. Okay? You know who you are. Go listen to him. I know who you are. And you know who you are. Understand?
Very nice motivation right there by Christopher Daniels towards Hangman. Yeah, the man that Hangman Adam Page spoke so glowingly of, that went out on his own terms. Now was returning the favor to Hangman.
Well, acting as almost as a cooling point, as a breath, filling the oxygen in Hangman's lungs, able to take that breath and calm himself for 1 second, but it's clear, Hangman. Wow, a lot of focus and energy on MJF.
I just can't wait. Don't know why. I just want to see Hangman and MJF bang heads and go. That's what I want. Well, thankfully, security and Christopher Daniels there to intervene before suspension, before fines had to come into play. But we started out hot, and we only heat up from here tonight on Dynamite. The moment that has been weeks in the making, the street fight between Powerhouse Hobbs. Big Bill goes down live tonight. Wednesday night on Dynamite, live coast to coast, and fans, let's take you back to Grand Slam Australia this past weekend in Brisbane.
The shockwaves of Grand Slam Australia still
There he is.
reverberating
There's my
throughout
boy.
AEW.
There's Taz.
And tonight, we will hear from the the newly crowned AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, live tonight on Dynamite. Toni Storm is in the building, and she will be speaking about her record-setting fourth reign as AEW Women's World Champion tonight.
Can't wait to hear what Toni has to say. What an accomplishment. Continues to set and break records here at AEW. These adjectives are a little much. Jeez.
For all the contest trios, we have several involved in 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied by Mother Ray, Christian Cage, Kip Sabian, and Nick Wade, the Patriarchy.
We'll start things off with MJF and now Christian Cage. Guys, I feel like we should be getting hazard pay for this one. Christian Cage.
I'm sorry. I know this sucks because we started late, but I got to go to the bathroom.
Me too.
All right. God damn it, just go. God. Fucking come on. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. God damn it, would you come on? Just have water. Okay? Motherfucker, which God damn it. There we go. That's something that seems to be a trap for my anxiety because then, because if I Ooh. God damn it. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead because God knows when John's coming back, so.
In action live, next on TBS and streaming on Max, Trios action as the patriarchy took out Samoa Joe, the cold-hearted handsome devil Hook, Katsuyori Shibata, the Ops, next live.
I think we want to have some. Told aside by TSA every single week.
It's fine food, not too long, and fierce moves.
Whoa! My wig will not be on if she did that to me.
Don't miss an all-new Meal in a Match. Join the premiere tomorrow at 11 on TBS YouTube.
Roderick Strong, tonight you are taking on Orange Cassidy in what is the first of the Revolution International Championship Series. With Revolution just being around the corner, I mean, how are you expecting this all to shake out?
Orange Cassidy. Man, I feel like we're going to do this forever. We're destined to dance forever. And I get it, you're friends with my pal over here, Mr. Kyle O'Reilly, but that's not going to stop me from destroying you tonight, going on to next week to beat Takeshita, and going on to Revolution to defeat Kenny Omega.
Kyle, this seems like it's got to be a bit of a conflict of interest with the conglomeration.
The conglomeration, it's not so much a stable as it is a lifestyle. We love to hang, we love to conglomerate. No pressure. Orange Cassidy, he's my boy. But Roderick Strong, he's gonna have to break that back. And listen, regardless of who's friends with who, Roderick Strong is gonna whoop Orange Cassidy's ass. And that is undisputed.
Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, our Dynamite main event, but our first match of the evening. One half the participants in the ring, Christian Cage, Kip Sabian, Nick Wayne, the patriarchy in trios action tonight. Floor's yours, Justin.
Making their way to the ring, Katsuyori Shibata, Samoa Joe, the Ops! Wow! Ops, the opposition, the matrix of violence built upon three of the best strikers, best fighters, best grapplers in professional wrestling.
Man, there's a lot of adjectives to cover these three athletes, the Ops. They're a tri-hybrid. That's who they are. It's got the power, speed, intensity, experience, youth, violence. It's all there, buddy. I think violence is the key word. The Ops bring it. Nick Wayne, Kip Sabian, they found out firsthand when the Ops burst in to Christian Cage's room where Christian conspicuously cowardly, shall we say, when he found out the Ops were looking for him that a couple weeks ago. Well, you heard Joe last week. When the Ops are on the hunt, they're going to get you. Don't matter if it's in a ring, backstage, in an airport, in the street, they will get you. Fans, before this match gets too far underway, special programming note, next Wednesday night, Dynamite live from San Diego, California. We will be live coast to coast, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, on TBS and streaming on Max next Wednesday night. It's Katsuyori Shibata, Kip Sabian. Start off that action here tonight. Nice trip there by Shibata. Nice little back sweep with the 2-on-1. 2 hands on one wrist. Now a top wrist lock by Shibata. Shibata, Joe, Hook. These guys have heavy judo background, heavy grappling background, which is going to be tough to deal with if you try to get on the mat with them.
And especially now, Chaz, Kip Sabian exchanging hammer locks. I don't know how wise that is because And Shibata continuing the wrist control with the side headlock now here at Excalibur.
Xavier, of course, with those British roots, so he does favor a flashier, more high-flying style than the traditional catch-can British style. But Katsuyori Shibata shrugging up the shoulder tap. Kip Sabian goes back to the side headlock. He gets swapped by Kip to snatch a couple of headlocks. Man, he ran right into that knee to the gut. See Shibata kind of just shucking it off.
Tag made here, and comes the former AEW World Champion. Longest reigning Ring of Honor World Champion of all time. Oh, goodness. Hall of Famer in his future, Samoa Joe.
And now Katsuyori Shibata, Samoa Joe, the veteran. Nice trip there by Joe. And Joe. Kip Sabian, I think, tried to avoid it and somehow put himself in worse.
Oh, God. Poor Nick. It's like when you're at the playground playing with the older gentlemen and they just start hooping. But these guys in the prime of their career fighters, and Joe staring a hole through Christian right now.
Christian Cage contains that. He has that case, that document that he can challenge for the AEW World Championship anytime he wants. Though he's very circumspect about when he chooses to execute that contract.
Christian Cage wanted no part of Samoa Joe there, and their history test well documented.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to be on here for another one. There's no support.
And how can you call yourself a father figure, Taz, when you're subjecting your own protege to the beating, those huge frying pan hands of Joe and Shibata?
I think it's maybe Christian is kind of into the basic tough love for his quote-unquote kids. Poor Nick Wayne, tough love for his quote-unquote kids or quote-unquote cannon fire that he just threw in the line of fire here tonight against the Ops. As now Hook tagging in his issues where Nick Wayne, well documented.
Well, these two on the final rampage, Matt, it was Nick Wayne who went after that broken hand, broken wrist of Nick Wayne as Katsuyori Shibata back in.
The broken hand up Hook.
Yes, sir.
But Taz, we were missing. We didn't mention the issues where Christian Cage attacking you. Yeah, the cheap shot, the knee surgery, all of that. And that's, oh wow, Kip Sabian clubbing Katsuyori Shibata. Yeah, that definitely happened. But you know what? I'm living vicariously right now through the Ops. It's all good to me. I snap suplex by Nick Wayne, by the way. Snap suplex and the cover made. Katsuyori Shibata kicking out, and fans don't go anywhere because the action on Dynamite continues tonight live on TBS and Max.
I'm Anthony Davis. I'm always dominated on the court. The one thing you may not know about. A rich, full-flavored lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. A reward for those with a fighting spirit. You've heard this, so hold it high. Modelo, remarkable fighter.
AEW Dynamite live on TBS, streaming on Max, Phoenix, Arizona. It is where we are at. And Katsuyori Shibata just speared Nick Wayne, speared Kip Sabian, took down Nick Wayne through hip rotation by Shibata. Now he's got to get either Hook or Joe in this match. Because there's been a lot of punishment, guys, put on Shibata. And Katsuyori Shibata has endured quite a bit of punishment, as Taz just mentioned, for the last few moments, Ian. And the other Ops, Samoa Joe and Hook, helpless on the outside.
Certainly are. They're abiding by the rules where the patriarchy, making no bones about it. They're willing to bend the rules, make the most of the 5 count. As Shibata takes down Sabian, takes down Wayne. Couldn't they get tag? Oh, sliding drop kick sends Sabian still at the outside. Now tag made. Here comes Hook now. Roll hard and handsome devil Hook. The youngest member of the Ops with a man. Whoa. T-Bone's coming, baby. Wow. Just nearly threw Kip Sabian out of the ring. Another one. See you later, Christian Cage. And
he's not done. Wow. Out goes the patriarch to the floor. One-man wrecking crew is Hook. Well, he's building up a lot of speed right there. Nice Northern Lights version of a nice bridge. The hand captured, the cover made, but Nick Wayne able to kick out. He's got a motor. I promise you that. Hook has a motor. He won't stop. Another throw.
Oh, nice drop into the hips there from Wayne.
It's tough to get that throw off when a man drops his hips, to your point.
Let me go fishing again. Oh, nice suplex there. Wayne release fisherman suplex. Shibata comes in the high boot. Can he set him in? The drop kick off the top of the lariat for Samoa Joe coming in. And now Joe with Christian Cage. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, no. Kill switch for half. Now Joe. This is not Joe's first rodeo. Oh, boy. Big man in the air, baby. Yes, Samoa.
And look at that, it's up and over. It's Nick Wayne popping through.
Oh, I do have one news item I almost forgot about. That is that apparently, although this hasn't been confirmed, I don't believe, but apparently President Donald Trump is now wanting to make his birthday a national holiday. Well, yeah, that'll happen, okay? My birthday will be made a national holiday before that happens. And if my birthday is made a national holiday, we won't call it Michael Paul's birthday. No, we'll call it National Red Bull Day. As I've said this before, if I were president, I would make America the Red Bull, white and blue. But at any rate, that's my opinion only. None of these are facts. This is just my opinion. Although what has or has not been confirmed is Donald Trump wanting to make his birthday a national holiday and comparing it to Martin Luther King Day. Okay, I can't really think of anything else to say other than excuse you. Okay, but that being said, I just wanted to put that out there because I realized I hadn't said anything about it yet. That being said, let's get back to Dynamite.
Tom, wait a minute! The crowd, the Albatross got the bottom. Wow, almost three. Oh,
roundhouse kick, stunning hook. Nick Wayne looking for Wayne's. It's hot.
Shibata's got Savior.
It's indeed. Look at this Christian Cage.
Get out of dodge. Get out of dodge.
Got a tackle. He's getting choked out. One or the other. Christian
He's
Cage.
leaving Wayne.
That's it. Warriors put up son to fight on that run. Endless tap or go to sleep for Nick Wayne. He getting out. He's getting out once those legs are up. And he has that hand and that cross choke in. You're looking at an Escalade, a Bugatti, and a Mitsubishi 3000 GT right here. These guys, but I love it.
Once again, Christian Cage put a no part of the former world champion Samoa Joe. A successful debut for the Ops here tonight. Excalibur.
The Ops looking sharp, and Christian Cage, once again, not wanting to mingle, not wanting to dance with Samoa Joe, with Hook, or Katsuyori Shibata here tonight, just throwing his sons to the wolves. Ops ain't playing games.
Excalibur, I think we're getting a special announcement here.
That's right, Tony Khan has made it official. Sunday, March 9th, Crypto.com Arena and live on pay-per-view. It is MJF, Hangman Adam Page, one-on-one in Los Angeles. Live at Revolution.
That's gonna rock.
That's massive, all right, big time. I can't wait for that. Coming in hot right there with MJF and Hangman next to the house.
See, WWE doesn't do shit like this anymore. WCW could have done stuff like this. Well, you know how that ended up.
An emphatic performance by Shibata, by Joe, and by Hook. Advanced only comes tonight. Our main event, the International Championship Series. Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, plus Chris Statlander and Megan Bain meet one-on-one after what went down 1 week ago. And the match, the street fight, I should say, everyone's been waiting for. Big Bill, Powerhouse Hobbs, coming up next, live on Dynamite.
After what we saw earlier tonight, there you go. Confirmed for AEW Revolution March 9th. MJF one-on-one with Hangman Adam Page. And if the promos are any indication of what March 9th is going to be like, this could be one of the greatest, if not the greatest feud of the last 20 years. Because, let's be honest, ever since WCW went out of business, nothing has been to this level, or as MJF would say, on the level of the devil.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite fans. Let's take you back to this past Monday, Ring of Honor Global Wars, Ian.
Oh, it was a heck of a night in Brisbane, Australia. Monday night, the former... Huge implications. Let's take it to Renee Paquette standing by with the champ, Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho, last week you told Brian Keith that you were going to show him how it was done by collecting the bounty on Bandito. Do you feel like you accomplished what you set out to do by being pinned by Bandito at Ring of Honor Global Wars Australia?
What's with that smirk off your face, Renee? What makes you think you can talk to Chris Jericho that way? No. What makes you think I'm not going to have you thrown out of the building? I can do that, you know. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have a job. Nobody here in AEW would have a job. Because the truth is this, no Chris Jericho, no AEW. And that is a fact, not pro wrestling rhetoric. Yet instead of getting treated with respect like a living legend, I get treated with vitriol, disrespect. Why is that? Am I too nice? Maybe it's time for the learning tree to teach a history lesson. I'm the nueve. That means 9. As in a 9-time world champion in multiple companies and multiple countries. I'm the guy walking down the street in Brisbane, Australia, just a few days ago, and people say, "Hey, Chris, can we take a picture with you?" And a guy like Bandito is the one that they hand the camera to take that picture. But Bandito, you got a victory. The biggest one of your life over me in Australia. Congratulations. So what I'm going to do is give you a chance at this Ring of Honor World Championship this Saturday on Collision. Forget about the bounty, Bandito. Doesn't mean anything. You get your chance to beat me. But I get my chance to prove to you and everyone else that people around here are getting a little bit too comfortable around Chris Jericho.
Wow, Chris Jericho throwing out the challenge to Bandito. Ring of Honor World Championship match this Saturday on Collision. Back at our regularly scheduled time, 8/7 Central on TNT. And Max and Justin Roberts, Phoenix Zone. Take it away, buddy.
Phoenix, Arizona! Literally anything goes in this next bout because this is a street fight! The only way to win is by knockout, pinfall, or submission.
Why does this guy have to yell? God, man.
You want to talk about animosity? You want to talk about vitriol, powerhouse Hobbs, and Bill? This has been coming to a head for quite a while, but Hobbs now finally cleared and he is fired up.
Introducing first from East Palo Alto, California, weighing 270 pounds, Powerhouse Hobbs!
As you know Hobbs very well, a couple weeks ago, Big Bill smashed him in the face with a duffel bag full of bricks, but Hobbs wanted to keep fighting.
Oh yeah, there's no stopping Hobbs. I had a long talk with Hobbs earlier today. He is locked in. I've said, listen, big man, don't get too crazy. Stay locked in. Don't lose your head. Big Bill's a dangerous guy, so you gotta watch him. This thing's gonna be wild, though, man.
And his opponent, from Queens, New York, standing at 7 feet tall, weighing 304.
Sorry, I had to start without you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, you took so long that I thought you fell in and flushed yourself. What the fuck? Oh, that's George Michael. So you'd rather listen to music than watch this?
Well, we can still watch this.
Okay.
The Redwood.
Well, in a nutshell, here's what you missed. An off-the-chain start promo with MJF and Hangman Adam Page.
Actually, I watched that with you.
Then there was a 6-man tag with Samoa Joe, a couple of other people.
Hook and the other dude.
Yeah, they called themselves Special Ops.
Yops, like the
Or
Shield.
Yops, yeah. And then there was an interview with Roderick Strong and Adam Cole and somebody else. I forget what the fuck their name is.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly. And then there was an interview with, then they did a recap of the whole Tony Storm thing. Then they confirmed Hangman Page and MJF for the thing on March 9th, Revolution. And then, was there anything? Renee did an interview with Chris Jericho, and this Saturday on Collision, he's going to defend his Ring of Honor belt against Bandito. And I think there might have been one other thing, but that's the majority of it. The whole Adam Page thing. Chris Daniels had to come in and, that whole thing.
Misspoke. It wasn't a duffel bag. It was, in fact, a backpack.
Now, this is a
Seemed
street
pretty heavy coming off Big Bill's back. Certainly did. There's barbed wire. There are baseball bats. There are tables. Anything you can imagine. It's all fair game here tonight.
Yeah, this is dangerous stuff for sure. I had a lot of experience in matches like this, and it's very unpredictable. Anything can happen. But right now, face first into that metal guardrail. That'll slow down Big Bill no matter how big he is.
Powerhouse Hobbs picking up that beverage, using it for some added damage on the head of Big Bill. And I mentioned Hobbs getting smashed in the face with the brick, with the bag of bricks. He wanted to keep on. The only reason he couldn't is because the medical staff would not clear. They had to physically restrain Hobbs from going after Big Bill. And now it's Bill. Rated Daniels' right hand on that damaged face of Hobbs.
What a shot there by Hobbs. We saw Big Bill walk out that backpack. Really can assume it's definitely loaded with bricks again. We're just assuming that. Well, I'm assuming that. But right now, it's about a fist fight here. And about maybe, 15 or 20 throw, wherever they are. 8 rows, someone on
And I collected for a second.
And Hobbs was so furious, was so energetic.
I heard in the news the other day that apparently Donald Trump, I don't know if that's what he said, but apparently Donald Trump is wanting to make his birthday a national holiday. And he even compared it to Martin Luther King. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen when my birthday is made a national holiday. Except that I wouldn't call it holiday. I'd call it National Red Bull Day. But that's just me. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I forget where I heard it from. I think it's Joy, but I don't remember for sure.
Is it the mixer? Is that a sound mixer? What?
That looks like a car battery.
Yeah. I figured either a car battery or some kind of small radio.
It was Chris Jericho, it was Brian Keith. It was Big Bill that went after that damaged knee to keep him out of that All-Star match at Collision last month. It certainly was.
I'm sorry.
Jeez, and that is obviously used.
Like a punch ring. Big red Jones right there for plumbers.
Oh! And he's decked in the stairs. Jeez.
That's a big man swinging some steel. Watch out, Hobbs.
Now, let me tell you something. I don't think I've ever told everyone this, but the only reason that I still watch WWE at all is because AEW is not on Monday. The minute AEW went to Monday night, whether it was Dynamite or Collision, the minute AEW went to Monday night, I'd never watch WWE again.
Yeah, there's no chance he in that Big Bill locked you. No chance.
Oh, God, that right straight to the skull.
See, because they just get right to it. At WWE, they do too many promos and talk too much.
Yeah, for Big Bill.
Here they talk for 20 minutes, ring the bell, and get right to it.
Well, Big Bill knows that he's in complete control after connecting with that steel wrench to the skull of Hobbs.
that would take weeks, if not months, of a normal man's career. Well, and remember, Hobbs just back to that those bricks being smashed. Jeez. On his face with a Hobbs, he's hardly stand up. He's just the busted, bleeding heavily.
It's a size 16, 17 right to the side of the skull.
And you see the blood pouring, not just streaming, pouring down the face of Powerhouse Hobbs. Oh man, what's up with these steel steps by the big man, Big Bill? Oh God! Oh, Big Bill spikes Powerhouse Hobbs on the steel step, and that street fight continues.
Monday Night War. I watched WCW over WWE, and only started watching them again when they fought WCW.
Save money with a commercial auto quote online so you can get back to your monster to-do list.
Super helpful.
See if you can save money at progressivecommercial.com.
Thank you.
We are back live tonight. AEW Dynamite street fight has broken out here in Phoenix.
Oh, the nice thing about you
just
being gone
moments
so
ago
long
smashed in the
is
head
that
with
now I
the
can fast
courtesy of
forward.
Big Bill, and now Bill, with the assistance of Matt Apple, Brian Keith, bringing the table into play. And
He certainly is, as you see the blood pouring from the
Oh,
skull
dude.
of Powerhouse
That's
Hobbs, painting the canvas.
this hasn't been much out of Hobbs after getting hit with that wrench in the head. But look at Hobbs. He's got his
I
hands
think
on
it's
that,
a barbed wire
that
table.
trash can. Can he do something?
Big Bill's arms are weaker than normal, but just enough to
It's
fire
right
up
there.
a shot to shake the skull of Big Bill.
Oh, a man, an athlete, I should say, as powerful as Hobbs. It doesn't take much when he's swinging a steel object.
Remember, this is a street fight. This is anything goes, no disqualification.
And Powerhouse Hobbs swinging that trash can. I'll let you know, sometimes when you get split open and the blood's pouring down your face, it'll give you some adrenaline. It gives you that short adrenaline rush, and I think that's happening for Hobbs right now.
Uh-oh. Hobbs with Big Bill up on the shoulder.
Keith going the other.
Here comes the blow. And then perfectly legal from Keith, but he may make the biggest mistake of his life.
Oh, my God. One-handed Powerhouse Hobbs and Keith crashing through the table. Man, apple's a rotten apple.
Whoa. But Big Bill once again coming in steaming with those massive boots and sending Hobbs spilling over the top rope.
It shows you how tough Big Bill is, man. He ate a couple of those trash cans to the skull, and he's still going. And Taz, Hobbs and Bill, I mean, whoa! Look at that, Hobbs just scoops like Big Bill and drives him down on the stage. Superpower right there, man.
I was going to say the reach, the length of Big Bill, an advantage from staying out of the range of Powerhouse Hobbs. And once you get inside that ring, you pay a price, Taz.
Yeah, no, you definitely do. And Hobbs was smart enough. Now he's got himself. I'm thinking those are bricks in there.
Oh, returning the favorite of Big
Hey,
Bill.
let's use your head
Crashing whatever's in that bag. Straight to
or
the
somebody
skull.
else's in this case.
And we're going to find out what's in there. I'm thinking bricks.
Yeah, no Stradamus, Taz.
Well, I have a background in masonry work, but yes, that definitely, we'll leave them off, as they say.
What's the bricks that kept Powerhouse Hobbs out of action for weeks?
Well, here's
Not
a
met
question
with
I
until
want to know.
tonight to face Big Bill in the
Okay,
street fight.
okay, so
And now Bill getting a taste of his own medicine, getting a taste of that
When-
right hand from Hobbs.
Frank was talking to you about a meeting, and all of a sudden Josh Morello says, "Dude, Michael, stop! I didn't watch you yet." Frank was talking about a goddamn video game.
I know, but somehow I think Josh is
Just
too
the
stupid to
dominance
understand
the
that.
corner has been turned here from Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah, there are not many athletes in the world that could put Big
I
Bill
can
in
tell
this level of jeopardy.
he's a lot younger than we are,
Powerhouse Hobbs most
so
certainly
there's
is
a lot
one
of things we understand,
The
just
same
in
can
general,
be said
that's
as
in
Bill
his time.
emerges back to his
There's a
feet.
lot of
Both
things
men
we
doing so much.
understand that he might not yet.
Nice uppercut, shot a couple. Kick to the gut, didn't expect that. You don't see Hobbs do that much.
Yeah, Hobbs changing levels into the midsection. No! The head of Big Bill bounced off those steps. The steps that Bill and Brian Keith put up on the stage. And one for safety, driving the skull into the rivets.
But notice,
Remember, it was the stage in Daly's place in Jacksonville.
Bill put his hands like this to block it so his head really didn't really go into it.
Right here, deep in the desert.
But it looks like it did because he was making noise with it. Uh-oh.
Hobbs maybe up in the ante though with the steps. That extra bit of elevation. Oh God. That's Powerhouse Hobbs and Big Bill.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wire table. Jeez.
Son of a
In a
bitch.
painted desert with strokes
No, you can't.
of blood.
You can't predetermine that.
Bill caught
You
in
can't
that
fake
barbed wire.
that.
Referee Aubrey Edwards giving a 10 count. I'm not sure Bill can make this count. If he doesn't, Hobbs wins the match. He's caught in the barbed wire.
Especially not with all that shark shit. Wasn't that a movie, Barbed Wire, with Pamela Anderson? Not that it did well, but
Remember the barbed wire steel cage match with JBL and the Big Show back at No Mercy?
I think I do. I'd have to see it again to see if I remember it or not. But you know, because of this WWE TNA cross promotion, that's why JBL came back that one night to do commentary, because he was there on behalf of TNA.
Pulling out that victory in the street fight, and he remembers the damage those bricks did. In my day, Dan Cortez was a bricklayer on Rock and Jump. Tonight, the bricks have been laid. Maybe put the rest. The final castle built.
Please don't ever give that analogy again. But anyway, I will tell you this. I'm very happy Aiden for Powerhouse Hobbs. That's all.
Powerhouse Hobbs hit that 50-point full court shot. But right now, let's return to the back where I'm calling remarkable. Renee Paquette is standing by.
Joining me now, the murder machines. Guys, you seemingly upstaged the AEW World Tag Team Champions last week, the Hurt Syndicate. That was a pretty bold statement.
Bold indeed. You know, damn right we did. Take a look at us. That's easy for us to do. And the Murdoch and the Machine, we had something we wanted to say face to face with the Hurt Syndicate, but big surprise, they're nowhere to be found.
We do hear that you're going to be a collision. So if you want to put on your big boy pants, let's talk about those tag team titles, because in the end, we're taking them from everybody else.
Cage and Archer calling out the Hurt Syndicate for Collision this Saturday night, back at our regularly scheduled time, 8/7 Central on TNT and streaming on Max. But I understand that Dapper Yapper Justin Roberts inside the ring with a very special announcement.
Phoenix, Arizona, the news broke this morning. We are returning to Phoenix. We are returning with pay-per-view. We are returning with double or nothing May 25th.
Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Oh, before they even announce anything, you know it's going to be off the hook. Huh?
Sure.
Oh, go ahead. It's fine.
I just don't want any feed launches without permission. You're here early. Is Misha here?
Second, almost done. Let me finish doing Michael's because I could give you guys.
Okay.
The hits keep on coming here tonight on Dynamite. Understand right now.
What about your power?
Newly crowned
Oh, in the bathroom, yes.
AEW World Champion.
Oh, Tony Storm. Okay.
As glamorous as ever, to borrow a term, timeless Tony Storm.
Accompanied by Luther, the new AEW Women's World Champion.
Wow, sounds just like Howard Finkel when he does it.
Storm.
It is so great to see the timeless one with her new beautiful gold championship.
The epitome of class, the distinction of a champion.
The spotlight fits her perfectly, as does that AEW Women's World Championship title belt.
This hall you all adore, this slut you can't rebut, this tramp is your new champ.
What did she say? The
On the
slut
other
you
side
can't
of the
rebut?
world, in front of friends,
She's talking about
family,
Mariah
and
May.
former lovers, I faced the woman from hell. A woman who broke my heart, took my title, and ruined my soul. Mariah May, you sick bitch! But Mariah, I am so proud of you because you gave me the fight of my life and then I beat you with my small package. They say the best things come in small packages, but darling,
Damn.
you should have worn protection
Look how
because
different
I
my girl
railed
looks
you
in this
with the
picture.
biggest package there's ever been.
Yeah.
She's back.
I think
Mariah
that
May has been defeated. Mariah May has been exiled. Mariah May
looks
has
so
been compromised.
cute
to a
with that
permanent
dress
end.
on.
no, you know what it
And now it's time for a cheap plug.
See, it's just the simple fact that she changed her hair. See, sometimes very simple things make the biggest impact. And just the fact that she changed her hair, okay, makes her look very, very sexy in a way I never would have noticed before. But between that and the dress, yeah, I notice.
Talking about Tony Storm or Megan.
Not her.
Megan?
No, Megan, yes.
My girl?
Yes, your girl. But, you know, just because she's not my girl doesn't mean that I'm blind. Okay?
Well, you always say goodnight to her, and I don't really mind.
Well, yes. Of course, I say Christy, Crystal, Megan,
Megan.
Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin. All of them, every night. Yes, I've done it for 5 years, and you're just now putting this together? Wow. But yeah, she at this point, especially based on what I just saw, the truth is, no matter who she has, who she wants, whatever, she could, if she were to walk into a nightclub right now, she could have any man she wants, and men would be all over her. By the way, you're not getting a lot of responses tonight. Nobody's
I'm
really.
starring in the new film Queen of the Ring in theaters March 7th. Do enjoy.
She
And
on
as
Queen of
for
the Ring
this
movie?
championship,
Yeah. Wait,
if I'm going to
I
be the
want to hear that
best, then
date
I
again.
need
Hold on.
She's back.
Mariah May has been defeated. Mariah May has been exiled. Mariah May has been compromised to a permanent end. And now it's time for a cheap plug. I'm starring in the new film Queen of the Ring in theaters March 7th. Do enjoy.
March 7th. Oh wait, he
And
was
as
just
for this championship,
asking me if there was a movie I wanted to. Oh, it's not March
If
17th.
I'm going to be the best, then I need to face the best. Women of wrestling, lend me your ears. Because whether you're here to stick your chin up, or your tits out, or you're Chris Statlander, or Willow Nightingale, or Wendy Bloody Richter, if you want to go face to face, tit to tit, or lip to lip,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not hard to find, darling.
She said face to face or
For
tit
God
to tit.
is a woman, and her name is Timeless.
What a performance. Exquisite.
Okay, so guess who's playing Debbie Nicole?
What? Who?
Debbie Nicole is playing by Britt Baker. Trinity Fatu is playing Ethel Johnson.
Wait, start this again. What are you talking? Because I was paying more attention to the TV.
The movie that Tony Stone was talking about.
What is it called? Queen of the Ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's playing Carla. Trinity's playing Ethel. Britt Baker is playing Debbie Nichols. Francesca Eastwood is playing Mae Young.
Shut the fuck up.
Francesca
is playing Mae Young?
Yep.
Well, how old is Francesca?
She is 31.
And she's playing, well, okay, so she must be playing Mae Young from when she was starting out. Because I was going to say, if she's only 31, there's no way she could play 78-year-old Mae Young. But she must be playing Mae when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And when she was just starting out.
On TNT.
Willow Nightingale, last week, I'm just going to get into it, Renee. Last week, I'm giving one.
You watch Jim Cornette's podcast?
No.
He's playing Sam Munchnick.
Dude. Oh, so. Okay, well, obviously, this is mostly about women's wrestling, if it's called Queen of the Ring or whatever it's called. But obviously, they're highlighting some of the male wrestlers too, or promoters too. If they're talking about Sam Munchnick, Sam was the promoter in, I think, like the 60s, like the 60s through the 80s in the NWA. And I think he retired late 80s. And then he died sometime in the early 90s.
Do you remember Gorgeous George?
No, that was before I was born. My dad would remember Gorgeous George.
Tell your dad, when you give him a call sometime, tell him that Adam Demos is playing Gorgeous George.
Wait, Adam who?
Demos.
Who the fuck is that?
An actor.
Oh, I thought he was a wrestler maybe that I didn't know about.
He's 39. He's 1 year older than Mackenzie. I'm getting something to drink. Be right back.
Okay. Well, we're not too far behind, so.
I'm probably going to get some Mountain Dew.
Go ahead.
Not yet, because John and Ferguson are still here.
Because who did what?
John and Ferguson are still here.
So the fuck what?
They're waiting for Misha to arrive.
So what does that have to do with you getting Mountain Dew?
They're gonna be like, what are you doing?
Tell them I told you it was okay.
I'm gonna wait until they leave, like I always do.
All right, fine. Never mind.
A valuable, precious TV time, and your husband, of all people, doesn't just interrupt, he attacks me. So my 2025 has been off to a terrible start. And the Death Riders, John Moxley, Marina Shafir, have not been making it any better.
Oh, this is cool.
Bitch fight.
No fuck, Fred.
Briefcase, which we assume the world championship is in, and Arena's not one to play with.
You'll never see shit like this on Monday.
There he is. Where are they going? You never know what Mox. You never know what he's up to.
Hey, they're doing WCW better than WCW did it.
Yep.
NWO 2.0.
And Phoenix, people watching at home, let me ask you a question. Do you know just who in the hell I am? I'm the champion of the world. That's who in the hell I am. That's a fact. Which means this is my microphone. That's my camera. This is my ring. This is my building. You're sitting in my damn seats. So nobody comes into my house and lays down some challenge to me like they're somebody, I don't care if they are the rated R superstar. And let me tell you, Adam Copeland is not here. He's probably still on his ass in Australia. He's probably still face down in the dirt in Australia. He made a challenge to me. Well, I about popped his head right off of his shoulders with my bare damn hand. And if he shows up in Revolution, I will finish the job.
Who the fuck is this? Oh. Jay White. Oh.
I'm not sure that Mox expected this. Nobody did. Well, there are 4 Dead Riders tagged, but there's only one in Jay White right now. And this may not be the smartest move here. He didn't get in the ring yet. Oh, no. There's the 5th Death Rider, the bastard pack. Jay White is sandwiched right now.
Hey, but White isn't a coward either. White's going to stand up for himself here.
He's not a dumb guy either. He's an intelligent guy, is White.
And you thought he was still in Australia?
Wow.
Well, you're about to have a good day, mate.
Behind you, Moxley.
Pissed off! Oh, by surprise!
Oh! Blade Runner to pack on the outside. It's Colt unloading on you.
Spear. By God, spear.
Oh, man, don't you wait. Oh,
Oh, fuck, I forgot that was Castagnoli.
And Jay White fighting an uphill battle against all 5 Dead Riders and Commander Spike. Oh, we've seen that in the hands of Colt before.
He very nearly broke open that briefcase last week.
Oh! And John Moxley making a very hasty retreat. Well, that's smart because it's pretty evident. Copeland and White had a game plan unbeknownst to Moxley.
And this isn't over for Colt either.
And Colt charging up the steps here. And Phoenix following. Moxley following Marina Shafir.
And Shafir and Moxley, they're at 10 ends and a shot there. Trying to make their way maybe out of the building.
Moxley. This isn't your arena. These aren't your seats. These aren't your people.
Did you see the sign? Cope with it. That's cool.
They're my people.
Moxley, I know you're probably halfway back to your hotel, your hostel, whatever bridge you live under, you scumbag. But I know you're gonna see this. You're a coward. You got no nuts, you got no guts, you got no spine. You need your little goon squad? Well, guess what? As of now, I'm gonna take them out one by one by one. So when we get to Revolution, it is man to man, and I am gonna kick your ass.
Here we see the dawning of a new era on Sunday, March 9th in Los Angeles when Revolution.
Oh god damn. If we don't see that, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, I'm gonna smash the TV if there's no way we can see this. It means that they're streaming now, we have to be able to see it on that. If they really are gonna stream all that. I'm assuming that's why they're doing it, so people can see their pay-per-views who can't, like, pay $20 a month, whatever it is.
That's slimy. He's not a coward, just my opinion. But can Colt fit the herd? Can he take out the Death Riders ahead of Revolution?
Remember that one time that we watched, that one pay-per-view that we watched was Wrestle Dreams? Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
But that's because you streamed it on your phone. That was before they were streaming on that.
Phoenix, say hello to your CEO. Oh, so good, Renee. And Renee, I don't want any interruptions, no surprises, and no damn puppets. You hear me? Yes, no puppet, just congratulations. What an incredible win for you at Grand Slam Australia. You are now 14-0 as a TBS champion. It really feels like there's no stopping the money train. No, there's no stopping the money train. You know what? Harley learned firsthand that there's a price to pay when you mess with Mercedes money. Mercedes, we're just over 2 weeks away from Revolution, and we actually caught up with Momo Watanabe in Australia. Let's take a look. Momo, at Wrestle Dynasty, you won the first ever International Women's Cup, which means you can challenge any champion from CMLL, Stardom, Ring of Honor, and AEW. We're here in Australia. You're clearly scouting competition. Have you made a decision? Yes, I choose Mercedes Moné for her TBS title at Revolution. I will stop the Moné train. What the hell was that? Didn't I say no surprises, Renee? You know what, Momo? You want to stop the money train? You want to face me for my TBS title? Then you need to show up to Dynamite and say it to my face.
Uh-oh.
Stardust Momo Watanabe calling her shot for the TBS Championship and Mercedes Moné.
And that's the
Revolution. Shaping up.
Money will make sense, though.
This next up is a simple involved with a 20-minute time limit. Making her way to the ring from all night.
Maybe it's because I haven't watched this for a while, but this is the best episode I've seen in like a year. It has not been this exciting since they started in 2019.
We'll take you back to last week in a moment to see what unfolded between these two athletes, but let's head back down to the ring in the Dapper Yapper.
And from Thessalonica, Megan Bayne.
Well, it was 1 week ago where Megan Bayne scored a very decisive victory. But her celebration was cut short. Not sure if it was by a production cue, if it was by Chris Statlander, but Megan Bayne, she didn't carry in.
This is what it's like tonight, Kaz. The Magnificents unloading on Statlander.
Yeah, I don't think it was a production goof. I think that Statlander, just my opinion, she wanted to put her foot in the ground regarding this Bane here, and that's why she came out on her entrance while Bane was exiting. In my opinion, Omega Bane and Chris Statlander, they first crossed paths last month, the first ever women's casino gauntlet match, a match which was won by Toni Storm en route to her victory over Mariah May in Brisbane this past weekend. But right now, these two athletes, Megan Payne, Chris Statlander, widely regarded as two of the strongest pound-for-pound athletes in AEW, Taz. No argument. I mean, they definitely both are two of the most stronger women in all pro wrestling. And a lot in common regarding their styles and whatnot, but it should be a pretty heavy-hitting contest here. I think when you see athletes who are similar, it can breed jealousy, it can breed contempt, and it always leaves the question mark open. Are they better than me? Are they stronger? Are they faster? Are they more powerful? I might get that answer here tonight. Well, maybe, this sport, this industry, this business, whatever you want to reference it at, it's insanely competitive, more than people realize regarding backstage. And that's sometimes spills over into a ring. Well, a lot of times it does. I think we're witnessing that right here. Remember Chris Statlander, the second ever TBS champion.
You know what? I know I talk about time going too fast. But right now, if I can get the time machine, I shut this off. Speed ahead to March 9th. And let's just get to Max and go live.
Bane looking for a senton there. Statlander finds her senton. And now, Danny moves off press cover. Bane kicking out barely a 2 count there for Statlander. Statlander short drop kick inside the head. Statlander is an excellent athlete. We've watched her over the years. For sure, AEW the past several years. You know her athleticism.
Taz, I gotta ask you a question. It seems like Stat is maybe zigging where Bane expected a zag. With some of these speed moves, quickness moves, these kicks. Oh,
it certainly seems like Chris Statlander pushing the pace. The more experience of the two, the high roundhouse kick staggers Megan Bane back to the corner. And now Statlander steaming in. Bane gets the boot up, and Statlander gets underneath, showing her power very early. Speed and power, potent combination, but Megan Bane turned the tables on Statlander.
It feels like Chris Statlander is introducing different parts of her repertoire. But Bane's an answer for everything.
Leaving her feet, taking down Statlander, and fans don't go away because this match continues on Dynamite.
In picture, we know. And the show's practically over anyways.
I know. But we started late, so it's not over for us.
So guess who's in the WWE2K25 game? Who? Remember the Islanders? The Islanders.
Oh yeah,
Haku and Tama.
They're from Scotland, right?
AEW Dynamite back live on TBS
Samoa.
on Max and
the Islanders. I thought you said the Highlanders.
No, the Islanders.
No, the Islanders. Like Tommy Kid and King Haku and
Bobby Brain.
And they were managed by Bobby Heenan, yeah.
Yeah, and then we got High Chief Peter Maivia.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know why? Because, remember, Wayne The Rock was on the board of directors, so he probably had input into the game. So he asked him to put his granddad in.
Yeah, and guess who else is in the game?
Who?
Behold the King. The King of Kings. Him with Triple H.
Dude.
See? Look. Old school Triple H. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Oh, I hate it. Yeah, the Hunter Hearst Helmsley thing. That was just
definitely was, and that's
stupid.
why Stat rolled
Okay,
himself to that
but
apron,
once he became
trying to get
Triple
some
H
separation from her.
and he became the game, that's when his real personality came out.
Bane pouring out the punishment, but wild swing.
Exactly. And I guarantee you, they've been holding it off on purpose, but in 2 months, come WrestleMania, it'll be time to play the game for Kevin Owens.
I remember, wait, not only that, but I think that we're getting 3-minute warning in the game too. Jamal and Rosie.
Oh, that's cool.
We're still gonna have Umaga in the
Remember
game.
Eric Bischoff when he was in the mask and they were doing the leg valves, and he said, "Did I hear myself say 3 minutes?"
Now he says, "Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes?"
And then he tore the mask off. I was at that show because that was at Target Center in Minneapolis.
Working for similar purposes as of late. And now, Megan Bain. Oh, Statlander down center of the ring. Hooks the leg. 2, 3. There's your winner, Megan Bain. Well, you got to give a big assist right there to Penelope Ford. Man, oh man, ref never saw it. That really helped. And a measure of revenge for Penelope after what we saw last week, but this crossed the line here. Megan Bain scoring the biggest victory of her short AEW career, but with a massive asterisk thanks to the assist by Penelope Ford. Wait a minute. Thunder Rosa. Former AEW Women's World Champion. Thunder Rosa, who also crossed paths, took the sting of Megan Bain Ford. Wow, Thunder Rosa. Oh, look at the struggle here. This is what? And Stefan, referee Stefan Smith trying to keep these athletes apart. Megan Bain, of course, doesn't want to give any ground, but no. On the damage done to Chris Statlander is Bain and Penelope Ford working in tandem to secure the victory for Megan Bain. But once again, let's head to Renee Paquette.
Okay.
You're standing at 0-2. Are you at all starting to reconsider your strategy with these open challenges?
No, Renee. The strategy's not the problem. The problem is I got wrestlers like hang-person Adam Page chasing me all around the arena before the bell
I gotta
rings.
charge my phone.
That's not what the open challenge is about.
And I think that we should call it
Best wrestler
night.
alive.
Why? But the show's not
Look
over.
into my eyes.
Oh yeah, because we start late.
Let me
But
tell you
I'll
this
be
right
back.
now. This open challenge continues on Saturday, Collision. And I expect whoever either answers that.
I'm going to watch Collision without me this Saturday
They're gonna
because
shake
I'm
my
not doing
hand,
it.
and they're gonna get beat.
Why? Where are you going?
I'm going to the Gecko for
Oh,
Saturday night.
shit. I
You
forgot.
can't be better than the best.
That's right. I forgot.
When I get back, we should tell my YouTuber.
Good luck.
Okay.
Well, the open challenges continue for the quote-unquote best wrestler alive. Right now, the man who, there you see, stole that world, which means so much to Prince Nana, means so much to the embassy. Oh yeah, a lot of legacy there. And that role.
Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Ricochet.
You know, it's the voice of Ring of Honor. This really gets under my skin. Over 20 years, disgracing the legacy of Jimmy Reigns. I can't believe it.
Well, I gotta say, it might not be popular, but I think the role looks good on Ricochet. I mean, I think
It's been such a big part of Prince Nana as the head of the embassy. Whoever was the crown jewel in the embassy was given that role. Most recently, it was Swerve Strickland, but just decades of history with that role.
really. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna act, huh? You know what? That's okay. It's okay because I would be angry and bitter too if I had to live in Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, it's basically a poor man's Las Vegas. But you know, that's okay trying to lift me and take me out of here as soon as I am finished. Because much like Kevin Durant, I'm trying to get out of this boring ass town as soon as possible. It's good. Time to get out. You know what? That's okay. You do you. You do you. You come here. I'm gonna do me. Because since these people are acting like ungrateful animals, I will be speaking directly to you, the people at home, because I know you can hear me loud and clear, can't you? Yes, you can. What you need to understand is that all of this, all of these people, all of this booing, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Because when you boo a winner, you boo into a void of nothingness.
Who's
And
this
baby, Ricochet's a winner.
douchebag? It's Ricochet, dude. Oh.
And I proved it 2 weeks ago when I pinned Forrest Strickland to the mat. 1, 2, 3, baby!
This time he's not in a suit
But
and
in
tie,
reality,
he's in a robe.
I've been proving it from the moment that I stepped foot into AEW. Because let's face it, Ricochet been whooping the ass of all y'all favorite wrestlers. I whooped Suarez's ass. I whooped Will's ass. Darby Allin ass. Commander ass. You know that's okay. Much like everybody in attendance and plenty of people watching at home will never understand is that winners, we always have something to show for it. And baby, does Ricochet have something to show for all of his success. Well, come here, check it. I'm not content with just wearing this. No. I came to AEW so I can wear this. I'm talking championships because Ricochet will not be just another name on the roster. No, I'm Ricochet, baby. I will be the main name on this roster. I came to win, but more importantly, Ricochet came to win gold. So that is where my sights are set for 2025. I want to be a champion in AEW. Oh, wait. Let me correct that. Let me start that over. Ricochet will be a champion in AEW because I'm too damn good looking not to be. And the man that Ricochet hit 1 week ago, 4-8. Wait a second, that's Prince Nana. The disappointment on the face.
No dancing tonight for Nana Excalibur.
You gotta be careful getting in that ring along with Ricochet. Ricochet's a dangerous cat. I understand the role, the legacy, and what that means for Nana. Just be careful.
I know what you're thinking, but this isn't that. I wanted to take this time out here right now to talk to you one-on-one, so I asked Swerve to stay home. I know we've been beefing up and down the road for the last couple of months, and I honestly don't know where that's going. But one thing that I do know is that you're wearing something that doesn't belong to you. 3 decades Prince Nana has been in this wrestling business. In the ring, outside the ring, closing major deals, making champions, heck, making history. And that robe has a lot to do with it, my friend. You see, that robe right there represents pride. That robe right there represents integrity. That robe right there represents those that I've walked through and those that we've lost. But one thing about that robe is that anyone who's wearing it has honor. Anyone that's wearing it
has been bestowed the opportunity to be great. And Prince Nana never gave you that opportunity, my friend. Ricochet, honestly, if you're that happy-go-lucky guy, that winner, that you always say that you are, that humane individual, just do me a favor and just give the rope back to me.
No, now he's gonna spit in his face and say, "Make me give it back."
So
and that'll lead to a
you want the
paper
robe back?
bag.
Is that what I'm hearing? You want the robe back? That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Take it. What's the matter now? Are you gonna cry? That's okay. We all have emotions. You're not getting the robe back, Nana. Defiant Ricochet. Emotionally upsetting. It's so important to him to not to feel bad for him. Ricochet just not having it. Well, fans, coming up next, our Dynamite main event, Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, one-on-one. It looks really good on me.
I think we want to have some fun today.
We know how to make.
Almost anything.
A mushroom.
Not just any mushroom. Common side effects. New episodes. Sundays at 11:30 on Adult Swim. Next day on Max.
It's main event time live on Dynamite!
Your Dynamite main event is a Revolution International Championship Series match set for a fall. Featuring first from Tampa, Florida, weighing 240 pounds, Roderick Strong!
And speaking for Ingrid, speaking for Taz, most certainly myself, we are proud to welcome the Hall of Fame voice of professional wrestling, good old Jim Ross to the desk for the main event.
It's great to be with you guys. Quite the illustrious team. You know, Taz is feeling good tonight after knee surgery.
Yeah, but that should be a good run tonight, JR. It's a round one.
Well, I'm not quite sure what.
But it should be Taz. The Revolution International Championship Series starts here tonight, Excalibur.
A road that culminates at Revolution on Sunday, March 9th, but begins here tonight in Phoenix. And let's head back to the ring one more time with Justin Roberts.
And his opponent from wherever, weighing whatever, Wrestling Squeeze, Orange Cassidy.
And everybody, by my estimation, this is about, I'd say 6 weeks, maybe a month and a half, maybe a little more than we haven't seen Orange Cassidy at AEW. It's like a fish being out of water for 6 weeks.
And we haven't seen this version of Orange Cassidy in quite a long time. This is perhaps the longest gap, JR, that Orange Cassidy has had. A fighting champion, one of the most distinguished AEW international champions we've ever had.
I know somebody got to beat all the hell with Taz. It's hard to rebound when they accumulate all these injuries.
Yeah, absolutely, JR. And that's the thing when a guy like Orange Cassidy's had, he's been banged up. But he's Brazilian. He is Brazilian. That's what Orange Cassidy used to be besides ultra talented.
He can handle soft tissue injuries just about as good as anybody I've ever been around.
But he's in there with a guy who's triple tough. Both Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong, former AEW International Champions.
He looks like he's 60 years old and should be retired by now.
By 471 days,
like a college professor, especially with them
black. That he kept up, but it was Roderick Strong that ended Orange Cassidy's second reign as champion. And now you see the leg switch to a go behind that return right there by Roddy Strong. And this version of Orange Cassidy was the International champion. So let's see how that goes. Fancy special programming note. This Saturday night, AEW Collision returns to our regularly scheduled time, 8 East, 7 Central on TNT and streaming on Max. And then 1 week from tonight, Dynamite in San Diego, California. We will be live coast to coast, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on TBS and Max. As Cassidy doing a roll up here. And the winner of this match will go on to San Diego, go on to Dynamite to face the international champion, Konosuke Takeshita, with the winner of that match facing Kenny Omega at Revolution on Sunday, March 9th.
All high stakes matches, no doubt about it. I'm excited about Collision this Saturday night. I'll be joining Excalibur and Tony Schiavone.
I can't wait for this Saturday. I can't wait for Dynamite to be right in my backyard, San Diego, just a little bit north of Oceanside. But right now, Orange Cassidy bailing out. A hug for Colorado.
Wait a minute. What the?
We heard that the conglomeration is still going. It's still a state of mind now. Bad blood here, JR, between Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy, though.
Wait, it's been Kenny Omega, and then it didn't show an opponent.
A mystery opponent.
He's a thinker, too, is Adam Cole. I'll tell you who's a straight up good
So that
grappler, and that's Roddy
means
Strong. He saw
someone's either coming back or someone new is coming in.
As he seized on the opportunity and after the outside runner, a hug from both members of the Undisputed Kingdom from Roderick Strong, throwing back in Orange Cassidy's face. But Cassidy, almost to a seat of Roderick Strong bouncing off the barricade at ringside. That's the thing with Orange Cassidy, sudden, he's quick.
Two highly skilled guys in this main event. Like yours, ladies and gentlemen, has all around. I'm the one you're with, you choose.
Look at it, like, God, man, what are you doing? It's
Away from the ring for so long, you gotta imagine that 6+ weeks did his body good, but that drop kick most certainly did not.
It's a risk reward to be away from the ring that long because you start to lose some, not all, but some. You lose around the edges, the muscle memory of the competition.
I mean, a little bit. Both these athletes have a lot of experience. You know, some time off to heal up is a good thing, but I get you drifty. And right now, he's Orange Cassidy smart enough to get out of dodge. Like, I'm not dealing with the chops of Roddy Strong. Roddy Strong, very, very heavy-handed with those chops.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, an important 2 weeks is coming up for both these guys, career-wise. Their skill sets are similar. They're outstanding stars.
Former champions and potentially future international champions.
That could culminate at Revolution with either of these men standing tall with that AEW International Championship. It's Strong, look at this.
Slingshot into a power slam. That old friend.
Nicely done by Roderick Strong. And as Tad alluded to earlier, he's highly skilled and strong in submissions. As you see right here.
You take in for great meals and great. Oh, wait, we're not going to do that. We are going to take a break in the action, but stay tuned. It continues on Dynamite Live on TBS and Max.
I'm Anthony Davis. I'm always dominant.
AEW Collision, Saturdays at 8 on TNT, and now streaming on Max.
AEW Dynamite back live on TBS, streaming on Max. Who will go on to face the international champion Konosuke Takeshita next week on Dynamite? Will it be Roderick Strong or will it be Orange Cassidy with the DDT?
If Orange Cassidy can capitalize and cover, he'll win this thing right here, right now.
You're right, JR, because that DDT hit its mark. Let's take a look here at it. Great job here. Right on top of your beat. Again, as we've seen in the last few moments, it has been all Roderick Strong, but Orange Cassidy not out of this fight yet.
Certainly trying to use those small packages to get minor momentum changes. He needs big moves like that, though. Planting Strong on the crown of his skull. He needs to take a boot shot here. Strong along with the chops.
Orange Cassidy very resilient, as you can see. Sometimes you got to think that his opponent can think, what the hell do I have to do to beat this guy? Definitely resiliency is a key thing. What Orange Cassidy and playing head games is too. Right here. You hear that impact.
He's baiting in Roderick Strong with that shot. Cassidy accelerates to the ropes. The drop kick is swing. Back up to his feet. It's got to be so demoralizing, JR.
Yeah, he's so athletic. Here's Orange Cassidy.
Now Cassidy charging in the corner. Banderas sends Cassidy over the top of the head. Roderick Strong set into that top turnbuckle pad. Cassidy bouncing. Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong has no clue where he is right now. He's mishmash all over the place.
What a Revolution rematch in this Revolution Series. Cassidy delivers on Strong.
There's a swing and a miss again by Roderick Strong. Cassidy coming through, went for the DDT. Roderick Strong counters. In position, stunned on Millionaire counter to the half and half.
Oh, yeah, the half and half counter with an arm drag.
Arm drag by Cassidy, and now Cassidy once again thinking DDT.
Hello.
This time he calls JR. The left hook.
Man, that's strong. That was a long 2 count.
And fans, you can dig in for great meals and great matches as TBS champion Mercedes Benz joins Renee Paquette in RJ City for Meal and a Match. Join the premiere tomorrow, Thursday, February 20th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. PST on the TBS YouTube channel.
Sounds delicious.
Well, Cassidy might be looking for a meal and to get him going. He's feeding off the crowd though right now, Taz.
Yeah, he definitely is. The 12th man could help you, but not when Roddy's working on that back.
They could beach right there with Orange Cassidy, but Roderick Strong.
2 hard shots with the right foot.
Combination strikes for Cassidy. Killer. 2. Roderick Strong able to break free. But to close the distance with Cassidy. He got it right. The coverage. 1, 2. Roderick Strong.
Took great effort.
Well, obviously, Roderick isn't too strong. He can't win.
And I'm sure Takeshita is watching this closely, the national champ.
Yeah. Ted, this Saturday collision back in our regularly scheduled time, 8, 7 Central on TNT and Max, and then
why do they keep saying that? Like, were they at a different time last week?
I have no idea.
Face the Alpha, the AEW International Champion, Inosuke Takeshita, with the winner of that match facing Kenny Omega at Revolution.
That's a backbreaker. Earlier, here's another backbreaker. Wow. I told you, man, he maintains control very nicely.
And Roddy looking to go to your hometown, Excalibur, to fame the Takeshita. All right.
3 in a row, he's going to get the win. 3 backbreakers in a row, he's going to get the win here.
Roderick Strong, both legs.
Instinctively, Orange Cassidy was able to kick out. That's the only thing I can attribute to, other than his obvious toughness.
Yeah. Ian, you mentioned it was Revolution last year where Roderick Strong defeated Orange Cassidy to win the International Championship. But right now, Orange Cassidy, he may not make it to Revolution this year. If Roderick Strong's able to lock him in the stronghold,
he might not make it to San Diego next week. Coast to coast, wait a minute, great behind Cassidy rolls him up.
Tight grip, but Roderick Strong breaks free.
So they always do that with, I guess, just like TNA has done from Glory. Double or Nothing must be their WrestleMania. Their big show of the year.
Cassidy immediately trying to make that Arnie crawl to the bottom rope to relieve the pressure and force the break.
Resilience right now is the word, JR. You said it. Orange Cassidy has it by the gallon.
Oh, he really does. He's a fighter. He's got a great fighting spirit. That's Orange Cassidy. Because we've seen him win, guys, a lot of matches when you're sworn he was done.
And he did not become the longest reigning AEW International Champion by accident. Your punishing pace as champion.
Hard kicks, man.
But punishing kicks to that point, JR.
Hard kicks.
Oh, pop up. Oh, no! Right to the sternum. And Strong, the sick kick into the face.
And that'll change your expression in a hurry, literally and figuratively.
No, the counter. The stun on Millionaire. Bring counter now. He's going to go for that orange punch on Cassidy, as I'm telling you.
What a match. Cassidy looking to close it here. Orange punch. Good night. The cover is made. 2, 3. Strong is in. Orange Cassidy is in. 1 way from tonight. Virtually squeeze. Orange Cassidy.
One of the most highly skilled competitors in all of AEW. Put on a show tonight.
What a main event witness tonight on Dynamite and Orange Cassidy punching his ticket for Dynamite 1 week from tonight, where he will have the opportunity to become a 3-time AEW International Champion as he faces the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita, with the winner of that match going out to Revolution Inn to face Kenny Omega in Los Angeles on Sunday, March 9th.
And if I'm a betting man, Cassidy shines with the adversities of those. Let's go to Tony Schiavone, who's going to get some work with Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy is back and looking better than ever. Winning the match in Orange Cassidy next week, live coast to coast, here on Dynamite from San Diego. You and Takeshita one-on-one for the International Championship. The winner, of course, goes on to face Kenny Omega Revolution. But if you win, you'll become the International Champion and probably be the greatest international champion of all time here at AEW.
Well, before Cassidy has a chance to answer the music of the Don Callis family.
Oh, Don Callis.
Oh, and here comes Don Callis.
I have something very important to say.
Mark Davis, and then the international champion, Konosuke Takeshita.
I guess you're going to go tell everyone you're the greatest international champion of all time. But to me, you're nothing but a red-headed hippie. You're nothing but a loudmouth punk. Get up!
Oh, no.
Come on!
This is after Orange Cassidy went through this physical, hellacious battle with Roddy Strong.
Softening him up for the match next Wednesday on Dynamite Live Coast to Coast. It's Davis now.
These are 2 big bad men here, and one is the national champ in Takeshita.
Oh, and Callis, come on, this is disgusting.
Both these guys are going to be a great start, but Takeshita is a step away.
There he is.
There's no way.
Kenny Omega breathing. Kenny Omega, part of that dream team in Brisbane. The dream team of Omega and Osprey. Look at this Takeshita going up the body.
And the selfless act to try and save Orange Cassidy from the guiding hand of the Don Callis family, unfortunately, has backfired on Omega here.
In the grip of Mark Davis as Takeshita all wound up in the big elbow strike.
Oh, Davis out of the outside.
Sidestepping Takeshita there from behind.
Oh, no. 1 week away, these two will meet for the international title.
Takeshita looking for that fire. Oh, Cassidy finds that scumbag millionaire. And a big trigger from Omega.
And Takeshita just got the worst of it, but he seems to be in control still of his faculties, if you will.
Somehow, some way, Orange Cassidy and Omega turned the tables. It was amazing when we saw Osprey and Omega working together in Brisbane. We just saw Osprey and Omega and Orange working together tonight.
They might be the Revolution. I mean, one of these 3 men, Orange Cassidy, Kenny Omega, Konosuke Takeshita, will lead Revolution March the 9th as the International Champion. And that's a sight I think a lot of people will want to see, JR.
It's great to see Kenny Omega back. He looks to be in amazing condition, especially considering all the illness issues related to things that he's endured.
Oh, that's that realization setting in for Kenny Omega. He wants to take that title, that AEW International Championship from Konosuke Takeshita, but it may be Orange Cassidy that Kenny Omega faces on March 9th at Revolution, live on pay-per-view.
Don't ever count out the underdog. Don't ever count out Orange Cassidy.
Well, fans, coming up this Saturday night, Collision back at a regularly scheduled time. Chris Jericho Bandito for the Ring of Honor World Championship. New Japan Pro Wrestling Game Kid will be in action. Wow. Plus the Death Riders versus Daniel Garcia, Bullet Edge, and Danny Mack for the AEW World Trio Championship this Saturday night, 8 Central on TNT and Max.
Okay, well, we should tell you this now. We will not we will not. Come on. Okay, let's just leave it here. Fuck. Shut up. Anyway, we will not see you Friday because of a new episode of Happy's Place. We will not see you Saturday because John will not be here. And we will not see you Monday because of a new episode of Papa's House. So more than likely, the next time we will see you is 1 week from tonight with a new episode of AEW Collision, or Dynamite, rather. Now, regardless of the fact that tonight's episode of Dynamite was not that exciting, but yet it was the most exciting episode I've seen in over a year, which tells me they're trying, not for lack of effort, but they've still got a lot of catching up to do. They're not going to be on the level of WWE. That just goes without saying. But given the choice, I would rather watch them over WWE. Very frequently, if you watch the Straight Talk with the Boss podcast with Greg Gagne, Magnum TA, and Dominic D'Angelo, Greg will very often say that AEW moves too fast. They don't give the stories time to build, and that's because the common or typical, whatever you want to call it, attention span of the American public is all of 8 seconds. That may be the case, but because that's similar to what my attention span is, I would rather watch AEW over WWE just for that reason. But then, like the old saying goes, to each their own. That's my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now because obviously it's getting late, and that's what I do when it gets late. I ramble without having any point. So, with that in mind, one last time. Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin, good night. I love you. Mwah. Crystal, feel better, sweetie. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow or in the next few days at least. But please just rest, get well, okay? And for John Batcher, I'm Michael Paul, and we will see you Wednesday, 8/7 Central. Oh, and hopefully we will see you March 9th. Not making any guarantees, but hopefully we'll see you March 9th for Revolution on pay-per-view and hopefully streaming on Max. We don't have pay-per-view availability here, so it's streaming on Max is the only way that we could possibly bring it to you. But honestly, their pay-per-view is looking better than their weekly shows at this point. So hopefully, God willing, we'll be able to do a Sunday night watch along for Revolution. And if we don't, well, then we'll continue coming to you every week as we do. But at least for now, we'll see you a week from tonight, 8/7 Central on TNT. For John Batcher, I'm Michael Paul. Good night.
Don't forget my birthday pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen.